Hey everyone, Nerd Mark here. It's time to go over and review episode 26 of Kamen Rider GEATS. This is gonna be a quick review because not like a lot, but not a lot happened. When you think of I don't know how to say it. Like this show, sometimes I wonder how the power levels and they skew a bit in this because we ended the episode last week with Buffa in his twin command form just wrecking GEATS, and this time around, like he misses with that final attack that we saw happening, and Geets is still fighting him. And like I'm like, dude, Geets is kind of like holding his own a bit. It's like he's not getting his ass kicked as bad as I thought it was gonna be. And then, but Bub even points out that Geets isn't even fighting like fully, like because he's like, what, like there's no reward for you, so your heart's not in it. But the whole other time, I'm just like, how is this twin command form was like used and was able to like basically almost stop glare and everything, but like Geets with his just magnum form is able to like kind of hold his own to an extent. I mean, he's still got beat up, but um so also we see this thing where like these pillars now are growing when the Dramato like are banging on their drums, and I'm just like, I feel like that's something that should have been like talked about, like when this Jamato Grand Prix was starting, because I was like, okay, but like we're now having these pillars show up. Um, and like, and even Niram was even talking. He's like, oh, I guess I'm gonna have to step in because if they can raise five of these pillars, then everything's destroyed. The town and the game area, and they've already got like two fully set up. I mean, K1 Neon, they were taken out. Like they're injured because that's why Nairn's like, I gotta step in. These two are badly injured, and Aces are like, oh no, it's not necessary. Like, I got this, and they're even like, can you really handle this on your own? Um, and I'm just like, well, I'm like, well, I don't think so, but. We've seen the scans, we've seen the previews, we know what's happening in this episode. We're getting Boost Mark II. One of the things early on in the episode, and something that I was like thinking about over the last couple episodes, but haven't really like dove into my theories, because Michinaga and the Toru interactions, something seems off about them, and I thought maybe it was because these the Jamato are basically absorbing memories and this and that, and they're becoming that person, kind of like an invasion of the body snatchers type thing. But when you really think about it, like I thought maybe Daichi being like that science, that like knowledgeable voice was kind of what was throwing off their dynamic, but it wasn't, because when Daichi brings up, you know that Michinaga's half Jamato, and it's interesting how these Jamatos can form friendships and bonds. You kind of see his body language, like Michinaga's body language and facial expression change, because we actually saw him kind of smiling and talking to Toru, and I was just like, I don't. I was like, man, he's either not going to care about this Jamato and something's going on, or like he knows that it's not his real friend, and this could be Baroba using it as a manipulation tactic. Obviously, we find out later on what it was, but like at this time, I'm just like, this was one of the things that was in my head when I was thinking about it. Um, so there's this whole scene where the festival's canceled. The town leader's talking to Ace because Ace was praying at the shrine, and they talk about the little boy's like, but I want to snatch the bell from the Oni. My mom's in the hospital and sick. I want to wish for her to be better. We get Ace with a flashback of his mom, because let's face it, that's still a plot point that we haven't really gotten any information on for 26 episodes. And he's just like, your mom's fighting her illness with all she's got. Like, are you gonna be able to grab that bell from that Oni? And we kind of see Ace. In my opinion, he resonates with this kid. He feels for this kid. He can relate to it, and so he's like, we're gonna keep the festival going anyways. I'm gonna protect it. I got this. And so they're all having takoyaki, which is delicious. Like watching the snack, I was like, oh man, I want some takoyaki so bad right now. Which I'm probably gonna go get some actually over the week, like this week. I'm gonna just hit up Mitsuya and just go pick some up because they make it fresh there and it's delicious. But that's beside the point. Um, and Ace leaves K1 Neon to protect the festival. He's like, you guys protect it, you stay here, and he leaves. And my whole thing is like, we got this cool scene where Ace is walking like near a bridge area, and then we see Toru and Michinaga walking towards him, and we get this like 2v1 face off. They do like the little henshins and transformation spot, which I was like, all right, this is cool. And we see more of these pillars, and the whole other time I'm like, okay, the pillars just feel so last minute to me because I was like, why was it like I'm just hung up on the fact that there's no explanation. I'm like, why can't you explain a little bit, like a little bit for me, like ahead of time, like why? Like I get it, it's the lightning festival, so the drums are the thunder. That's cool. Um, so Ace is getting the break speed off of him. Obviously, like it's not even close. And we even see this whole thing where he's, dehensions. He's like, you see my resolve, like I'm not done yet. And he holds up the little boost buckle and yells the whole, kind of like a Thundercats Lionel, like, or He Man, I got the power type thing. And all of a sudden, the Goddess of Creation statue glows. We see these four boost buckles come down from the sky towards him. And obviously, Niram knows something is up, and we find out by that episode. But we see Timefire asking him like, how is this possible? What's going on? The Goddess Creation statue is active, and Niram even says, uh, he's like, ooh, he's like, I gotta excuse myself, and he leaves, even though like he's just avoiding answering anything because why would we get information? Uh, I will say these boost buckles combine and make the Boost Mark II, which looks. I like the buckle. It looks cool. It's shiny. It's got red shiny shine on it. I like shiny. Okay, and the henshin was a lot quicker than I thought it would be. I thought we were gonna get like this really like detailed like henshin sequence. I think because of the whole the boost buckles coming down this that that's why. The suit, ooh, that suit, really good. I really enjoyed the way that suit looked. It was crisp, clean. That red and black, so nice. Even the voice change when Geats was talking, I was like, all right. And then he just proceeds to mop the floor with Bava and the Jamato. I mean, like, a lot of cool shots in there. There's some good thumbnail bait as well. And then one of the cool things that really threw me off was when he did the revolve on, he turned into a fox, which I did not expect at all. And obviously, being a fox with Boost Mark II, easily zooms around the whole game area, destroys all the pillars that are being built. But the best thing is that boost strike was one of the best finishes I've seen in the show so far, easily in the top three. And I was like, this is mm, for such. And I felt like the scene didn't last long, but it felt like it lasted long, and I really enjoyed it. I think my thing is like when I brought up in the beginning of my review, like the whole power scaling thing, because it's like if he was like just the Jamato don't seem to be getting like they're getting stronger, but not like really. I mean, he was Magnum form holding off Boost to our Twin Command, and then in this fight, it was just Buffa a zombie Jamato, and I was like, what? Okay, but yeah, it's that boost strike looks so good. And the cool thing about all this is like Toru is being defeated, and this is where I brought up like the whole dynamic between Michinaga and Jamato Toru, because he's asking Michinaga for help, and then Michinaga's just like, oh well, there goes my plan. I was using you to help me defeat Geats, and I was like, what? And he's like, but I'm Toru, aren't we friends? He's like, you're just a monster, and Toru has actually been gone for a while now. You're not him. And I'm like, well, I'm kind of glad I didn't go too deep into theorizing over the last couple episodes, because I did not expect this. The only thing that I was really thinking was Baroba using the Jamato Toru to manipulate him, not the other way around. So I was like, all right, well, and dude, the thumbnail bait. All right, you put Geats and Boost Mark II on top of a building with the Jamato pillars being destroyed. Thumbnail bait. You see him after just standing there after everything's defeated while Niram's talking over, narrating over everything. Thumbnail bait. And I was just like, are you kidding me? How am I supposed to pick a thumbnail? Because we know what everyone's going to pick for a thumbnail. Another cool thing is the little boy actually did, at back at the festival, grab the bell from the Oni. And lo and behold, his mother is there and shows up shortly after, and he's all happy. This and that. I'm like, okay, we got our feel good ending. But then we get finally some real information about Ace, which I hope we get more information on. So we see Niram standing on a building, and we find out that Ace getting the Boost Mark II was a wish from 4 of his previous selves. Because one of the wishes said, literally on it, a reincarnation of mine will steal his resolve to protect the world someday, grant him the power to realize it. And I'm like, wait, what do you mean reincarnation? This and that. Like, I need to know what is going on with this game and this DGP and these time pot. Like, I need to know everything. And we're more than halfway through the season. We're halfway point was at least last episode, if it's 50 episodes. So we're 26 episodes in. I'm like, I'm gonna need some information. And we saw some of the names too. We saw one that was just the letter A. We saw one that was like Ace Garfield, Yakumo Aisu, and then Ace Lee. And I was literally sitting there and I was like, respectfully, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. And then we end the episode with Niram saying that Ace is a man who should not exist. And I'm like, sir, what? What is this? What is going on with the show? Like, I don't even know anymore, but I'm going along for the ride. And like, it's just, yeah. Like, I don't even have any theories anymore. Like, because they go through different time periods. So if like it's one of like, an ace from like the Greek time frame, so does that mean his memories of his mom aren't his memories? They're memories from one of his reincarnated self, which would explain the time period seeming different. Uh, but if he's being reincarnated, that doesn't really explain how he would have that Caesar, like that Greek coin that's mint. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm not even gonna theorize anymore. I'm done. I'm just gonna watch the show and hope they give me some information along the way. Because as of right now, I don't know. I really don't know. But that's it for the review. Let me know in the comments below what you think, because I read all the comments. For those of you who I don't reply to, sometimes like with time zones, like I'll see your comments at work and I'll like it and then I'll forget to go back and comment, which is why sometimes there's a day or two between my replies, because literally I upload these and early in the morning or overnight, and then I set them to go live, and usually I'm at work and then I'll see the comments and I'll try and reply. So if I ever do not reply really quickly and you see me like it, I will be going back and replying to it. But that's it for the episode. Like I said, quick review. I'm trying not to drag it out, and I don't want to recap every little freaking detail of the show because that's time consuming. And you watch the show, so why would you want me to detail every second of it? But that's it for the review. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button past 900. I think I'm at 916 subscribers right now, which is crazy. The road to 1,000 is real right now. But that's it. I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.